Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Robinson, and we are going to continue our review for the final exam, grade 7. This is our part 3 of our 2015-16 series. So remember, if you need help with your homework, there's the Dial a Teacher Homework Helpline at 212-777-3380 from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Don't forget to watch our show Math Time on Tuesdays at 4:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Optimum Cablevision, Channel 15. Remember, watch our study videos on YouTube. My channel name is Dan Robinson. Check out our newest release, PKMS Math Prep 16. You can tweet me at drobmath1. So drop us a line, let us know how we're doing with these study videos. All right, here's our first question. Solve for the value of x. We have 1/2 times x plus 5 equals 10. All right, now when we look at it, we have a fraction that we got to deal with. So normally you would distribute the 1 to the 1/2 to the x, and then distribute the 1 to the 5, and 1/2 to the 5, and solve for x. But I'm going to show you a little nice trick here. So let's erase that. And I'm not going to distribute. I am going to do the opposite to solve for x. I'm multiplying 1/2 times x plus 5. So I'm going to divide by 1/2. And I'm going to do that to both sides. Notice how I'm going to write divide this way by 1/2. Because over here, it cancels out for us nicely, leaving us with x plus 5 inside the parenthesis. And I have 10 divided by 1/2. Well, if you remember, the rules for dividing by fraction, some people say KCF, you're really multiplying by the reciprocal of the second fraction. So in other words, we keep the 10 as it is, we change the division sign to multiplication, and we flip the fraction upside down to 2/1. So we really be multiplying 10 times 2/1, or just 10 times 2, because we don't really need the 1 there, which would give us 20 on this side of the equal sign. So we'd have x plus 5 equal 20. So let's do a little transposing there. Minus 5 from both sides. What that does is cancels out the 5, leaving us with just the x. And we have 20 minus 5 equals 15. So the missing number we were looking for was 15. So x has got to equal to 15. And we can check that by going back to the original equation. And I'll leave a space there for the x equals 10. Where I see the x, I'm going to put in our missing number, which we said was 15, because we said x was equal to 15. So now let's do it. You remember orders of operations said start inside the parenthesis. 15 plus 5 is 20. And that's what's inside the parenthesis. So we have half of 20 should equal 10. So half of 20 is 10. And 10 is equal to 10. So it does check out when x was equal to 15. So that was a nice example. So I didn't distribute like we normally do, just to save us a little step in dealing with this. So sometimes you might want to divide by the fraction just to save yourself a little energy. All right, let's keep going. The square root of 21 is between which two whole numbers? So let's pause for a second. Okay, now that I got my calculator, we have to find the square root of 21. So let's type that in our calculator to see what two numbers it's between. And then first we'll find the value of it. So remember, press second to get, because the square root sign is above the x squared. So let's press it now because that puts those operations above the symbol, the pad up. So that's the square root button. So now we can type in our 21, close parenthesis, and press enter. Now we get this big number. Let's pull that out there. So the square root of 21 is 4.582575,695, and it goes on and on forever. It is an irrational number, so it has no pattern that we can look at, and it's just a bunch of numbers that we cannot turn into a fraction. So it's between two whole numbers. So let's see. Well, the first whole number would be 4, so I'm looking at 4.5, so that's a little bit more than 4 but less than 5, so I would go with choice A. And yes, that's my answer, choice A. So between 4 and 5. So between 4 and 5, because the square root of 21, once I use my calculator to find out how much it is, it's just a matter of looking which numbers it would be in between. So 4 and 5 would be that choice, 4 and 5. Okay, so check your understanding. If everything is going good for you, great. If you're still unsure, watch the video again, write down your questions, and I'll be glad to answer them in class. So let's find the area of this figure below here. So we got a few things going on here, 20 centimeters, 18, down here 12, and we got a side of 10 centimeters, and here we have no dimensions for these, but we can calculate if we wanted to how much is this side and this side here. So let's see, how can we do it? Let's do what we usually do with this. If you remember my irregular figures of area formulas, finding the irregular area of irregular shapes, first thing we did was cut it into shapes that we're familiar with. Like here, we're familiar with a rectangle, so we have a rectangle here. We can cut it into a rectangle this way if we wanted to, and that way we can find the length, which is 20, times the width, which is 10, of just this top rectangle if we wanted to. So let's do that. So I got area equals length times width, 20 times 10, and that'll give me 200 square centimeters for this top rectangle. So now I gotta find this bottom rectangle. So let's see. Down here I got 12, so again, area equals length times width. So I got 12 times the width. Now be careful. The width looks like it would be this whole long line here of 18 centimeters. But take a look. It cut off right at this spot right here. And that spot right there was 10 centimeters worth. So from here to here is 10 centimeters. Now if we go all the way down to the bottom, we know it's 18, so that means from here, let's get a different color, from here to here would be the remaining portion of 10 minus 18, 18 minus 10 I mean, and that would give us 8 centimeters. So that's the distance from here to here. So we have our 8, which is really the width of this side of the rectangle. And when we multiply length times width, that'll give us 96 squared centimeters. Now, all we have to do is take out 200 plus our 96. Add that together. That'll give us 296 centimeters squared, or square centimeters. That is the area of this irregular shape. So that's what I'm going to go with. And let's check our answer. 296 is correct. Now there was another way you could have done it, because maybe you did not want to cut it up in the style that I cut it up with. So maybe you might have wanted to cut it up differently, just to show you can get the same answer. Let's just move this out of the way and get our line tool again and cut it up this way, straight up. Cut off this part. So let's see, so we got a big rectangle here and we have a small rectangle here. So let's take a look at it. So we should get the same results. So again, we have two rectangles, so area equals length times width. Now the length goes from here to here. Even though this whole side says 20, we have to stop right here at this point. And this point to this point, we have down here at the bottom, that gives us 12 centimeters, which is the length. And the width of this rectangle goes from the top all the way down to the bottom, and that's 18. So let's get our calculator out and multiply that out. Let's clear that. 12 times 18, and that gives us 216 for this inside. All right. So 216 square centimeters. All right, now all we're left with is just this part over here. So again, we got area equals length times width. So now we're looking for this portion over here, and we know that this whole line from here to the end has got to be 20. But this little portion is all we need, and if you remember, we got this portion up here, from here to here, is 12 centimeters. So that leaves 20 minus 12, which gives us 8 centimeters from here to here. So that means this length is going to be 8. And the width, we know, is the side. It goes from here down to here. And that's going to be 10. So 8 times 10 will give us 80 square centimeters. And let's add that up. Our 216 plus our 80. And guess what you get? If you said 296, you are correct. So that's just another way of looking at it in case you wanted to chop it up a different way. So there's another way you can do it by looking at the whole figure and finding the area of the whole figure and doing pretty much the same thing that we just did. But I think you've had enough of these ways of doing it. So remember, there's Dial a Teacher Homework Helpline at 212-777-3380, Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Watch Math Time, our show, on Tuesdays at 4:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Optimum Cablevision Channel 15. Remember to watch our videos on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up and comment. Let me know how I'm doing or what I need to do better. Peekskill Middle School is our school. PKMS Math Prep 16 is our latest release, so check it out. It's a very good video, bloopers and everything. And my channel name is Dan Robinson. You could tweet me at drobmath1. So give me a buzz, let me know, tweet me, let me know how I'm doing. So your test is here, so good luck. I would like you to watch these videos and let me know what's going on. I hope you got something out of it, and hopefully next time I see you, you will have told me you did well on the test. Thanks for watching these videos. So that makes me happy. See you soon. Bye-bye.